Imagine living in a world where every word you say, every glance you exchange, is dissected by millions. Welcome to the lives of Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, whose Netflix docuseries has reignited conversations about monarchy, love, betrayal, and everything in between. With explosive revelations, surprise cameos, and a dash of Hollywood drama, the Sussexes story continues to polarize audiences worldwide. But what's really going on behind the polished scenes? Let's peel back the layers and uncover the shocking details that have left the royal family nervous, the public divided, and the world watching. In 2018, the world watched in awe as Meghan Markle walked down the aisle to marry Prince Harry. It was a modern-day fairy tale, an American actress joining the British royal family. Fast forward a few years, and that glittering romance has taken a dramatic turn, with a Netflix documentary showcasing the couple's side of the story. But even amid the glitz of royal weddings and star-studded receptions, cracks were already forming. Meghan's estranged friend Jessica Mulroney, once a constant presence in her life, has gone eerily silent on social media since the documentary aired. What's behind this silence? And how did a once-tight friendship unravel so spectacularly? Jessica Mulroney, Meghan's close confidant and former BFF, is conspicuously absent from the narrative surrounding the Netflix docuseries. Once inseparable, their relationship reportedly soured after Mulroney's controversial comments about white privilege. Despite featuring in intimate phone calls and behind-the-scenes footage of Meghan and Harry's engagement, Jessica's public absence is louder than words. The documentary hints at a fracture but leaves viewers guessing, adding an air of intrigue to an already tumultuous story. No royal wedding would be complete without a touch of Hollywood royalty, and Meghan and Harry's big day was no exception. The Netflix series teases a surprise cameo by music legend Elton John, whose iconic Candle in the Wind once mourned Princess Diana. In rare footage from the wedding reception, Elton's presence adds an emotional weight to the series, bridging the gap between Diana's legacy and her son's modern love story. But the most surprising part? Meghan's hazy memory of their first dance song. Was it Song of a Thousand Dances or something else entirely? While this moment offers levity, it also underscores the whirlwind nature of their lives, a blur of spotlight and scrutiny. Harry's proposal to Meghan in Kensington Palace's garden, surrounded by glowing electric candles, could have been a scene straight out of a romance movie. Yet, the couple's decision to share this intimate footage with Netflix has sparked debate. Critics argue it blurs the line between private life and public persona, while supporters praise their openness. Is sharing too much a vulnerability or a calculated move? This question hangs over the series, fueling discussions about authenticity versus spectacle. As the docuseries moves into its second half, tension is mounting. Reports suggest the final episodes will delve into Meghan and Harry's wedding, the birth of Archie, and their eventual departure from royal duties. Royal insiders fear these episodes could be even more inflammatory than the first three, painting the monarchy in an unflattering light. With phrases like poison being thrown around by royal experts, one thing is clear: the Sussexes' narrative is far from over. Whether it strengthens their brand or isolates them further remains to be seen. While the documentary has captivated global audiences, reactions have been mixed. In the US, the couple's appeal seems to be waning among the general public, even as liberal elites continue to rally behind them. Meanwhile, in the UK, many view their actions as a betrayal of the monarchy. Noted royal enthusiast Neil Gardner sums it up: "There's a massive difference in the grace that William and Kate have compared to the deeply unpleasant vanity of Meghan and Harry." The contrasting images of these royal couples highlight the divide not just within the family, but in global perceptions. Beyond the headlines and soundbites, Meghan and Harry's story raises larger questions about tradition, identity, and change. Can a centuries-old institution adapt to modern values? And at what cost does personal freedom come when you're tied to a legacy as powerful as the British monarchy? The Sussexes are not just telling their story, they're challenging an entire system. Whether you see them as brave trailblazers or reckless rebels, there's no denying their impact on the royal narrative. As the world debates the Sussexes' choices, one thing is certain: Their story has sparked a conversation that transcends borders. Now, it's your turn to join the dialogue. What do you think about Meghan and Harry's journey? Are they shedding light on outdated traditions, or are they overstepping boundaries? Share your thoughts, engage with the narrative, and let's keep the conversation going. Love them or loathe them, Meghan and Harry have redefined what it means to be royal in the 21st century. Their Netflix docuseries is more than entertainment. It's a cultural flashpoint that forces us to examine our own values, biases, and expectations. So, as the final episodes approach, grab your popcorn and settle in. The story isn't just theirs. It's ours too. At first glance, the Sussex saga might seem like a tabloid-fueled drama, a royal family's dirty laundry aired on the global stage. But dig deeper, and it becomes clear that this story resonates on a much larger scale. Meghan and Harry are not just two people fighting for their personal narrative. They've become symbols of broader cultural shifts. For centuries, the British monarchy has stood as a symbol of tradition and stability. Yet, the modern world demands more transparency, accountability, and relatability from public figures, royals included. Meghan and Harry's decision to leave the royal family, speak candidly about mental health struggles, and challenge institutional norms reflects a growing global appetite for change. The answer lies in the Sussexes' journey, a complicated mix of triumphs, missteps, and uncharted territory. It's impossible to discuss Meghan and Harry without addressing the role of the media. From the start, Meghan has been subjected to relentless scrutiny, much of it laced with racism and misogyny. Headlines have picked apart everything from her fashion choices to her parenting style, creating a hostile environment that fueled their decision to step back from royal duties. Meanwhile, social media has amplified the conversation, giving both supporters and critics a platform to voice their opinions. The Netflix documentary leverages this dynamic, offering the couple a chance to control their narrative in an unprecedented way. But even with this control, the backlash has been significant. The couple's strategy of openness has earned them praise for their authenticity, but it's also invited accusations of hypocrisy. Critics argue that by sharing intimate details of their lives, they blur the line between seeking privacy and courting publicity. Is the media the villain, or is it simply a reflection of our collective obsession with celebrity culture? While the Sussexes' challenges play out on a global stage, their experiences echo struggles many of us face in our own lives, albeit on a much smaller scale. 1. Family conflicts are universal. At its core, the tension between Meghan, Harry, and the royal family is a tale as old as time. Differing values, communication breakdowns, and the difficulty of balancing loyalty to family with personal happiness. These are challenges many of us can relate to, even if we're not navigating them under the glare of paparazzi cameras. One of the most significant contributions of the Sussexes' story is their openness about mental health. By sharing their struggles, they've helped destigmatize conversations around therapy, anxiety, and the pressure to maintain appearances. Their advocacy serves as a reminder that even those who seem to have it all can face invisible battles. Meghan and Harry's journey underscores the power and the cost of living authentically. Their decision to step back from royal duties was a bold move, but it came with significant sacrifices. For anyone striving to live true to themselves, their story is a cautionary tale about the challenges of walking away from comfort and tradition. As the dust settles from the Netflix docuseries, the question remains, what's next for the Sussexes? They've hinted at future projects, from philanthropic initiatives to creative ventures, but the path forward is uncertain. Will they find a way to rebuild their public image, or will they continue to polarize audiences? And, perhaps more importantly, will their story inspire meaningful change within the monarchy and beyond? Meghan and Harry's journey is far from over, and the conversations sparked by their story are just beginning. Whether you're a staunch royalist, a Sussex supporter, or somewhere in between, your perspective matters. So, what's your take? Are Meghan and Harry the architects of their own downfall, or are they brave trailblazers challenging the status quo? Share your thoughts, engage with others, and let's keep the dialogue alive. Final words, a call to empathy. At the end of the day, Meghan and Harry are human beings navigating extraordinary circumstances. Their story reminds us of the importance of empathy, understanding, and the courage to pursue happiness, even when the odds are stacked against us. As we continue to watch their journey unfold, let's remember that behind the headlines and the drama are two people trying to create a life of meaning. And isn't that something we can all relate to? Meghan and Harry's decision to publicly discuss their experiences has shaken the foundation of the British monarchy, an institution historically known for its stoic silence. Whether you see this as necessary evolution or unwelcome upheaval, the ripple effects are undeniable. The couple has brought to the forefront issues such as racial prejudice, mental health, and media intrusion, all of which extend beyond the confines of the royal family. The royal institution now faces a crossroads: adapt to the changing societal landscape or risk further alienation from a younger, more progressive audience. Meghan and Harry's story has forced even staunch monarchists to ask uncomfortable questions. What does the monarchy represent in the 21st century? And how can it stay relevant in an era demanding transparency and inclusion? The role of the global audience. The public's reaction to Meghan and Harry highlights the power of collective voices. Social media has become the battleground for both praise and criticism, amplifying the couple's story to a global audience. Yet, this same platform often fuels the toxicity and polarization they've sought to escape. Perhaps the real takeaway lies in how we, as a society, consume and engage with these narratives.